Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tea Time Crochet and Crafts. Today I'm going to be doing my podcast. I know it's long overdue, but it just seems like I don't have enough time in the day to get everything that I need to get done, which I think a lot of people are feeling right now. But you know, I try to fit as much in as I can. I am working on getting a regular schedule for my filming, so hopefully, that will be more regular than what it has been. I do have quite a bit to show you since I haven't filmed in a little while. I have several knit crates that I'm going to share with you. I got a bunch of new yarn, some finished projects, some whips, and all that stuff. And before I get into that, I wanted to share with you one of the new things that my husband bought me. So it's a t-shirt. This is going to be our ranch name when we get up and running. So my daughter made this for me, and I kind of wanted to give her a little bit of a shout out. She has started her own crafting business, and she has an Etsy shop, and she does pretty much anything vinyl, t-shirts, signs, vinyl for your cars, anything that you want she can do. She also does different types of jewelry. These earrings that I'm wearing, these little cowboy hats, she also made. So she makes custom jewelry of any kind. She's making baby items, sewing baby blankets, stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in that and you want to check out her Etsy shop, it is Texas Honeybee shop on Etsy. She makes some really nice stuff. If I can figure out a way to give you some images of what she has, I'll pop them in at some point. But she, like I said, she does totally custom stuff. Like I said, this shirt was an image that my husband and I spent a day kind of making logos for our ranch, and this is one of the ones that I came up with, and she took the image that we sent her and put it on a t-shirt. She has also taken some of those images and put them on signs, anything that you can think of. She does, vinyl on cups, anything that vinyl can go on, she does. And then she does, other things on top of that, along with the baby items, and she does wood items and all of that. So definitely, if you're interested, check out her Etsy shop. I just wanted to kind of give her a little bit of a shout out, because she's just starting out and she needs, all the help that she can get, and that's what we're all about, is helping out our fellow crafters. And so yeah, so if you want to check out her stuff, I will leave the link to that in the description below. So where to go from here? So let's go to Knitcrate next. I have 3 months of Knitcrate. It arrived right after I had filmed last, and then I've just kind of been collecting them since then. Okay, so this Knitcrate is October's. As always, if you would like to try out Knitcrate, you can use my my link and my coupon code. If it's your first time, you can get 20% off. This is the theme for October, and I'm not really going to get too much into it. I'm just going to share the yarn because it has been a couple months since then. So this is URU yarns, and this one's called Shiraz in the City, and it's 82% merino wool, 18% Peruvian Pima cotton, and it's super bulky, 109 yards and 100 grams. So it looks like this. and you get 2 of them in the Knitcrate. So it's super bulky, which is, I think, the first super bulky we've gotten with Knitcrate. But I can't really describe the color. It's kind of a purpley brown, but it feels really nice, and I'm looking forward to doing something with that. So that was October's, and this is November's. And if I remember right, November had November has 4 skeins in it, and this is the card for that. And it came with a freebie of a little Knitcrate pin that has a light on the end. So that'll be nice to add to my crafting box. But November's came with 4 skeins of yarn, and it is the Vindalana Ambient Worsted, and it's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. So there's this one that's called Titan. It's kind of a greenish brown. This one's called Fresco. It's kind of a, well, it is a gray, more like a blue-gray. And then, and this one's called Michelangelo. So that's blue. And this one's called Venetia. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but they give you a whole range of colors to do something with. So that's nice. And these are 100 yards and 50 grams a piece. So you still get your 200 grams. It's just in over 4 skeins. So that was November's. And I forgot that in November they sent me an actual 2 boxes. I'm not quite sure why, but they did. So this is a different colorway. And it also came with another pin. So everything's the same except for the colorway's different. This one's called Stipple. Ganache. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's S-F-U-M-A-T-O. So, and it's kind of a different colored gray than the other one. And this one's called Da Vinci, which is a mustard yellow. So that's the other colorway. And then December's is, and that also came with another pin. This is the theme for December's, and it actually came with a little bag. I'm dropping everything today. That just says Yarn Squad on it. So it's one of those like backpack style bags. But that's nice. You know, I like it when they add the little extra things in. They don't do it every time, but a lot of the times they do. So this one I really liked because I don't think that I've gotten many purples, and I think I maybe have received maybe 2. Sorry, I'm looking over there, and that's right there is my Knitcrate shelf, so that's why I'm looking over there. This one's Audine Wools, and it's Twinkle DK. So it's a purple, it's like a lavender purple, and it has sparkle in it. I don't know if you can see that. So this one's called Knit Yorker, instead of New Yorker and Knit Yorker. It's 80% merino wool, 10% cashmere, and 10% stellina, which is the sparkle. It's 250 yards and 100 grams a piece, so that'll be really nice. I've been hanging on to the purple that I have, so I'll have to see if this is kind of the same weight, and maybe I can make a shawl out of all of the 3 that I do have, because I think this will fit in really nice with those other 2. So that is all of my Knitcrate. I'm going to move on to my new items, which are all yarn, and I have a bit here, so if you want to take a minute to go grab something to drink, that would probably be a good idea, because this one's probably going to be a long one. I bet you this was the free gift for October and it fell out. So it's just a little stitch marker that has like a little hank of yarn on it, which is very cute. So I'm betting this was probably October's. I have not received Knitcrate for January yet, so whenever I do, I'll probably do its own video for that. So on to the other new items that I have. So I'm pretty sure it's probably been going around, but Walmart has put out a whole new line of Mainstays yarn. Brand new colors. It's a wider variety of colors, so I was very happy about that. So I did get some. So this one is the blue one. It is called Teal, obviously. So it's blue. And then I got the green one, which is just called Green. And then purple. And then yellow. And this is a different color yellow than the original yellow they had. So it's more of a true yellow, and I think the other one they had was more kind of a goldish yellow. So I'm glad that they're finally putting out a whole range of colors. So I'm hoping that they'll just keep expanding on their colors, but these are the ones I got so far. I did also grab this one, which is one of their variegateds, and it's just called Purple Multi. I can't remember whether I showed this last time or not, so that is another one that I got within the last months or so. So that's all of the Walmart yarn that I got, and everything else is from Dollar Tree. So I'm pretty sure that everybody's noticed that Dollar Tree's been putting out yarn over the last few months, and I did pick up some of their, I think it was their spring yarn, when they first started making yarn. I picked up some of that, but I think this is more of like the fall colors. So I did pick up some of this, and it's Premier Just Yarn Worsted, and I have 3 of each of these colors, 3 skeins of each color. That's kind of how I do it. That way I have enough to do whatever I want with it. And this one's called Juniper, which is kind of a dark green. It's not really a hunter green, but it is kind of as dark as a hunter green. And then this one is Marmalade. Very nice rusty orange. And then this one's called Azure. And then Royal Purple. So I have 3 of each one of these colors, so 3 skeins a piece, and that should be enough for me to do whatever I want to do with. I've been trying to pick up at least, 3 of each skein when they do put out new colors. I haven't actually done any projects with these yet, but I am looking forward to it when I do. I just kind of been overwhelmed with all of the stuff that I gotta get done. So that's all of the new items. I can finally put all that away. So I think that I'll move into whips next. I do have a few whips. I've actually been working on this blanket. I was working on a blanket before, and then I kind of put it away because I got a little burnt out, and then I couldn't remember the pattern I was using, so I ripped out that blanket and started just doing a regular granny square blanket. And using the same yarn, and this is as far as I've gotten. I did go ahead and kind of put it away to work on some other things, but you know, once I get some more time, I'll pull it back out and work on it again. So I have this variegated, this pink and blue green variegated, and it is Red Heart Super Saver Fair Isle, and it is Derby Fair Isle. So it looks like that. And then I have a Crafter's Secret, and this should be Hot Rose, I think it is. Yeah, Hot Rose. And then I have a Mainstays in Navy. And I'm just going to go as far as these colors take me. And then it's just Mainstays white. Because I don't have enough of the Fair Isle or this pink to really make it very big. But I'm trying to extend it out by doing 10 rows of white in between each one of the other colors. So it's going to be 3 rows of variegated, 10 rows of white, 3 rows of pink, 10 rows of white, and then it'll be 3 rows of the blue, and then I'll go into the white, and then I'll have to see how much I have left. But it's gotten quite big. It's about my wingspan now, so nice little lap robe, or a nice little lap blanket. I'm not quite sure how far it's actually going to go, but I'll take it as far as my yarn. And then I started on a sweater. It's called a peplum top crochet. It's like a top, but I'm going to add sleeves to it. I'm not sure you'll be able to see the picture, but it's just a the bodice is straight, and then it goes out into a peplum bottom, and then I'm going to add sleeves to it. This pattern's actually sleeveless, but I would have no use for a sleeveless crochet top. So I just decided that I'm going to work on that, and I haven't picked this up in a while, but because I got too much stuff going on. I did finish the first panel, which looks like this, and I am using that the Mary Maxim maximum value, and it is just green. So it looks like that. I have several skeins of this that I bought specifically for making sweaters. At some point last year, I don't remember exactly when it was, but it's been on my shelf. So I don't have much green in my wardrobe, so when I chose the yarns for this, I chose colors of ones that I don't have on hand in my wardrobe. So green was one of those things. Oops, that's the bottom. So this is the first panel. I'm working on the second panel. So I've gotten that far, and I have not been able to touch this in probably over a month with everything going on. But I figure if I just keep working a little bit here and there on all of these projects I got going on, eventually they'll all get done. But that's going to be a sweater when I'm done with it. I'm looking really forward to that because I don't have any tops like that in my wardrobe. The next one is, sorry about that, if you can tell the lighting's changed. My lights just died for some reason, so I'll have to have my husband look at that. But I want to go ahead and finish this, so hopefully you can still see me okay. I do have a lamp on over there, and I have opened the window. But hopefully the lighting's alright. So on to my next whip. So I came across this pattern on Pinterest for it was like a cowl-necked poncho. It's a granny square poncho, and I could not find a pattern for it at all. So I just decided to come up with my own pattern for it, and this is what, as far as I've gotten. So it's one of those ones where the collar, it has a collar and the collar folds over and crosses. So it looks like that. So the collar folds over itself and, you know, crosses in the front. And it has a granny square poncho on the bottom. So this is what I've come up with so far. It's another one of those ones I haven't been able to touch in a while. But I think it's turning out okay. The only thing I think that might be a bit of an issue is it seems like the back of the poncho is not quite as long, so I may have to do some blocking with that, but I really like how it's turning out, and you know, it's not bad for just going off a photo and just kind of coming up with my own thing. So this is Crafter's Secret in pink, so it's that light pink, it's not the hot pink, and then it's just Mainstays white. So I had several skeins of these that I've been kind of hanging on, wanting to do either a sweater or some sort of poncho or something with, so I decided to go ahead and go with this, and I think it's turning out fairly nice. Once it's all blocked and everything, I think it'll be really cute. And I really love Mainstays. It's a super soft yarn. I would say it's a lot softer than Red Heart is. And you guys know that I'm a big fan of Red Heart. Mainstays is cheaper, so now that they have, you know, a lot of different color ranges, I'll probably be gravitating to that a lot more too. But Mainstays yarn is really nice. I do like the Crafter's Secret. It is a little bit rougher. It's very similar to Red Heart to me, but I would definitely make any sort of garment out of any of those. You know, I'm not picky like that. But, so that is my granny, my cowl-necked granny poncho, and I think it's going to be really cute once I get it finished. But, like I said, I feel like I'm being pulled a million different ways and don't have enough time to do any of it. So I just kind of, you know, pick a little way at each project, and then at least I have some progress on, you know, all of the things across the board. Okay, so my next whip is a pair of leg warmers for my daughter, and I'm just, you know, making up the pattern as I go. So that's about as far as I've gotten so far. She wants them in white, and she's really into, you know, 80s style, so she's, you know, wanted a pair of white leg warmers and asked me to make them for her. So that's about as far as I've gotten so far. It's got a rib top to it, and then I'm just doing plain double crochet for the rest of it. So hopefully you'll see at least one of these done by the next time I podcast. And then the next thing is a cow amigurumi that my daughter asked me to make, and I think I might have showed this before. It kind of got set aside and then I never picked it back up, but I did finish majority of the head portion. All I gotta do is the ears. So it has its snout, its head, and its horns, and then I'll be working on its, you know, ears next, and then its body and legs. But that's it so far, and it's just going to be a cow. She was obsessed with cows when she was a baby and, you know, a younger child. So she asked me to make her one, and Then I just set it aside and forgot about it. So I'm trying to get that done for her, and along with all these other million things. So the next thing are new squares for my blanket. I don't know if you guys remember this loom knit blanket that I've been working on. So I'm just loom knitting 12 by 12 squares, and then I'm crocheting them together, and it's going to be a really long blanket, and it's just using scraps or whatever I have on hand. So I finished the first row, and now I'm starting the squares for the second row, and I'm just going to show the finished squares. I'm not going to show the ones that I'm working on. My other squares in there. So this is one. I think it turned out really cute. That will make a really cute hat. And then this one, which is also really cute. And most of this is reclaimed yarn from old projects that I did for tutorials, or just, you know, things that never sold in my shop when I had it. I really like how this one turned out too. It's some of that. The blue and gold are that like team stripes. I can't remember what brand it is, but my husband got it for me on clearance, and I have a whole bunch of it. And then I just added a brown with it, and it turned out really nice. I really like that. So I think I might make a hat using this particular combination. But those are all the squares I've managed to get done. So I needed a bag, a new tarot bag for my favorite deck. I didn't actually have a bag for it, it just kind of sat around. So I decided to crochet a bag, and this is what I came up with. It's just a little flap fold over bag. So I just did like a half circle, and then I built a rectangle on top of that, and then I folded that over. I did the rectangle until the size that I needed to be able to wrap around the cards, and then I just seamed up the edges. So that turned out really nice, and it's worked out really well to keep the dust off my tarot cards. But it's really cute. I probably could have made it a little bit tighter, but I wasn't, you know, it was my first one, so I'm not really fussed about it. But yeah, so that, and I only had the black button on hand, but it would be really cute to put some sort of little decorative button on it. So the next two are, I made 2 divine hats, and I really like these. I have been wearing them off and on when I need to. So this one, it's like a really bright blue, and it has sparkle in it. So that's my first one that I made, and it turned out perfect. I really like how this one fits. As you guys know, I have a very tiny head. It's really hard for me to find hat patterns that actually fit. So this one fits really nicely, and you know, I love sparkle. So the next one I did out of that same yarn that I made the tarot bag out of. And it was a little bit of a thicker yarn, I think, and it didn't look like it in the skein, but this hat came out a little bit too big, but I still wear it, it's fine. But next time I'll remember to go down a hook size, and then it should fit just fine. But it's also purple with sparkles, and I really like this pattern. It looks super difficult, but it's not. It's really easy. I believe a beginner could easily do this pattern. So there's that one. And then I seen somebody make one of the beanies with the rolled brims, and maybe it was Ella from No Catchy Name. And I wanted one, and I had this really thick gray and white yarn. I mean, this is thick. So I found a pattern for it, and then, you know, I whipped this one up. It is one that you do in a rectangle and then you seam the back together. So I didn't do the seam very well. There are ways to be able to do that seam where you can't see it, but I really wasn't that fussed about it. And that's how that one turned out. And it's really nice. I wear this when we go up to our property. We have a homesteading property that's out of town that eventually we're going to be moving to, but at this moment we're still trying to get everything set up. But it's really cold out there and the wind blows like crazy, so I needed a thick hat to, you know, cover my ears. And this is what I came up with. So I really like that one, so I made another one that was just worsted weight yarn, because that one was almost super bulky. It's very thick. And then this is just some of that, what is this? Red Heart Unforgettable or something like that. So I just came up with a worsted weight version of it, and this is the one that I came up for that. And it's the same pattern. It's just, I made it the same exact way. I took the measurements off of this hat and just adjusted it for worsted weight instead of the bulky yarn. And then I tried a regular crochet hat. This is like a basic hat, and then I added the brim to it. This is a Michael's yarn. I cannot remember what it's called, but I made it so, I don't know if you can see that, I worked in the back loop, I think it was, so the brim would actually turn up really well, and I think it turned out cute. It's very much similar to the other ones, other than it's made like a normal hat is. You just crochet more to have the little piece flip up. So that is all of my finished projects. I do have some sewing. I don't have it on hand because it's already went up to the property. I have some curtains that I've made, and I also have a couch cover that I've made out of cowboy fabric. It's got like horses and they're driving cattle on it. And so I've done that. I also have made another mask for my husband. He's having problems with the disposable mask, so he wanted me to make a cloth mask for him. So I've done that, and I think that is it. Oh, I also have a crochet garland, a Valentine's garland that I make. I will pop in a picture because it's already up. I'm looking at my list. So it's, I already have it hanging up as decorative. Finished project I have is this little whale. Looks like this. He has a face with eyes and all of that. And I made one of these last year for my grandson. I think it was for not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before that. Or maybe it was his birthday, I don't remember. But anyway, my daughter, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, has started a shop, and she wanted to collaborate with me to make baby sets where I would crochet the toys and she would make the blankets, and then we would sell them as a set. So this is the first of those amigurumis that I've made for that. It's just a whale. It's a good size. That's my hand, so it's a good size. So what she's going to do is she's going to choose fabric that matches whatever animal it is that I'm making, and then she'll put them together as a set to sell them, and then we'll split the profit. So this is the only one I've managed to be able to get done so far. I'm not being able to crochet as often as I would like. Even though it looks like I have a lot here, this has been over the last 3 months. So I try to work on stuff for sale and do that as equally as stuff for pleasure. So, you know, I have some sort of balance, so I'm not just constantly working all the time, because my day is filled with, you know, stuff that I always have to get done. I don't have much leisure time, and I don't want my craft turning into something that requires a lot of work. So I like making these, and it's, you know, it's fine as long as I kind of squeeze in a personal project in between. So that's kind of what I've been doing, trying to work on stuff for her, and then stuff for myself or my family, you know, like my daughter's leg warmers. But I will let you know when I get to, when she starts putting those kits together, or those sets together, when they're available. So if you guys are interested, you could check it out in her shop. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be making the animals, and I'm going to be shipping them to her, and then she will be putting them together and then selling them on her site. So she has pretty good luck with that stuff. I don't have very good luck with that in my area, so it's more profitable for me, if I'm going to do it, to send it to her, who already has a client base, than for me to try and sell it here where I live, with a lot of people that don't really buy handmade stuff. I am going to try, my goal is to try and also be selling it in my local area or on Facebook or something like that eventually, but right now this is the best I can do. So yeah, so that is my last finished project. I am going to be starting scheduling time to be filming, because not only do I have my craft channel here, I also have a Patreon business that I work on, and you know, I'm trying to set up a actual shop for my metaphysical shop and all of that, and I also have videos that I have to do for that. So I'm trying to schedule time to be able to do all of this, along with homeschooling and all of the stuff that I have to do around home, and all of the stuff that we're doing at our homestead, and all of this. And yeah, so I think I just need to start scheduling stuff in my planner. That way, you know I need to do this on this day, instead of just, you know, trying to remember to do it, because I don't, and then 3 months go by and I haven't filmed anything, which is kind of what's happened this last time. So you will be seeing more regularly scheduled stuff from me. So I'm gonna go, and I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.